Welcome in, Hawk Nation fans. We are at the Milford High School Gymnasium for this huge Hawk-A-Mock League matchup between the Milford Lady Scarlet Hawks and the North Attleboro Red Rocketeers. Alongside me is Kaylee Green, our new color commentary person, and I am Rob O'Keefe, filling in for Tim Coette. So, Kaylee, thanks for joining us. You are a high school JV coach for volleyball at Holliston.
Yep, Holliston High School, right?
So hopefully you can help us out, bring some insight.
Here's hoping.
And just quickly give us a background of your volleyball career.
Sure, I started back when I was about, 10 or 12, somewhere in that range. So I've been playing for the last 15 years almost. Went to UMass Amherst and played some club there. And now I've been coaching for the past 3 years at Holliston. I coach club over in Rhode Island. And yeah.
That's great. Well, you're going to help me out because I only have 1 year of co-ed league volleyball at the Hudson Portuguese Club. So here we go. We are off. Sutton with the serve to the Rocketeers side. And here's a big block by number 24 on the Red Rocketeers side. That's Eliza Dion. She's a junior. She's an outside hitter, and she knows how to block as well. Kaylee, what happened there?
You also had an assist with that block. You had the middle hitter, number 23, Grace Munley. She definitely helped out on that side too, but went right down.
Here's a serve from number 14, Tatiana Sotelo. And that ball is in. That was hit by number 12, Lauren Antonetti. She's a junior. So quickly, the Red Rocketeers have a 2-0 lead. Again with the serve is Sotelo. Nice dig by Sutton. And Corsina hits it over, and it's going to fall. Misplay there. And that's fortunate for the Hawks as they get back in this game 2-1. Here's Alyssa Williamson, the captain for the Hawks, on the serve now. And that's going to be skied in the roof. Didn't hit the rafters. Finds its way back down. Corsini tries to get it over, but she can't. You'll notice a lot of setting coming from Julia Riordan, the other captain for the Hawks, number 5. And now to serve is number 7, Elizabeth Buron. She's a junior. And that's going to be way out. A little too much pop on that serve. Kaylee, what goes into a serve exactly? What are the key elements of a serve?
A lot goes into the serve. It's all about the toss and the swing, though. You want to do a nice solid toss right in front of you and make sure you swing it just right.
Here's Maeda for the Hawks, Brianna Maeda. And 1, 2, 3 and over for the Red Rocketeers. Here's Corsini. And a nice dig there, but no help. So number 7 had a nice dig, Biron, but no help from her teammates there. And it's tied up 3-3. Both these teams with a 3-2 overall record. Both are 3-2 in the league as well. Maeda misplays that. She could have had it, but she gets a little bit of coaching from Coach Tammy Weber. Big turnover from last year for this squad, the Milford squad. And new head coach Tammy Weber takes things seriously, and she is all business. And it's showing this year as the Hawks are really making a nice run at the beginning of this season. Oh. Number 2 had it stuck. That was Kylie Mellinson for the Red Rocketeers after the hit from Corsini. There's number 9, for the Hawks, Anita Pinto, the third captain for the Hawks. And she hits it out. A little bit too much oomph on that one. Here's Pinto again. Nice play by Sotelo to keep it in. And there's Sutton. Corsini, back line. Sutton again. Corsini saves it. Oh, and almost a block from the much shorter Riordan. Nice effort there from Riordan, but doesn't work out for them. And the ball goes back. Again, serving is Joanna Collins by Lou. Hopefully I got that name right. I apologize. Oh, and that just finds its way inside. Pretty sure that ball was in.
No, I think that they called that ball out.
Wow, okay.
Right over the line right there.
I mean, I do have glasses that I'm not wearing right now, so thank you for correcting me there. All right, here is number 8, Emma Gunn. I'm sorry. Anna Alvarenga. So Anna Alvarenga, the senior for the Hawks, she comes back out quickly after the serve goes wide. And now on the serve is number 12, I believe. That is Lauren Antonetti. Here's Pinto with the hit. Sotelo sends it back over. Riordan to the other Corsini. And that's another point for the Red Rocketeers. Kaylee, what can the Hawks do better early in this game?
Well, it seems like they really need to control that ball a little bit more and make sure they play a little more in. They keep hitting out a lot, and they'll have a little wild serves.
There's Riordan to Pinto, and a big block.
Nice
they
dig.
regather. Pinto again, and another big block. And that was number 12, Lauren Antonetti. How are the Hawks going to get around those blocks?
They got to find the holes in the block. Get up and over. There they go.
And finally, the Hawks are going to find their way back into this. It's still a close game, 9-5, early in this. Here's Pinto, the captain, on the serve.
Oh.
And she misserves that. What happened there, Kaylee?
It's hard to say. Looks like it just went a little too much swing.
You won't see that too often from Pinto. She's a seasoned vet on this squad. And now 10-5 in favor of the Red Rocketeers. Nice dig from Sutton, but that's going to go wide. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout soon from Coach Weber. Here's number 2, Kylie Melanson, the junior, on the serve. There's Corsini hitting it over.
Oh.
Ooh, number 24 with the kill. That was Eliza Dion for the Red Rocketeers. What happened there, Kaylee?
Great spot, just short of the libero, number 1, Sydney Sutton, for Milford, just right in front of her. She dove for that ball, but couldn't ultimately make the play.
And we're going to see a timeout, the first one on the Hawks side here. And let's go over some notes that the wonderful Tim Coette prepared for me. North Attleboro, let's find out a little bit about them. 2017, they finished with a record of 18-3, so this program is no joke. They reached the D1 South quarterfinal last year, and their coach is Kim Hallahan. Not many teams lost as much talent as the Rocketeers, who boasted a very senior-heavy roster last season that won its first ever Davenport title. And on top of that, Kim Hallahan takes over as head coach after Jeff Krins stepped down after a lengthy run as the leader of the Rocketeers. We'll find out more about this Rocketeer squad after this serve. Once again, it's number 2, Kylie Melanson. Maeda to Riordan, and Riordan fakes a set, and it works out. How often does that happen, a fake set?
Happens pretty often in high school volleyball. It's always a good trick play to, after setting a lot of hitters and just putting it right over.
Smart play there. And now Riordan will go on the serve. Nice serve there, all the way to the back line. And Sutton keeps it in play. Riordan to Williamson. And Sotelo can't get it over. So that timeout looks like it was worth it, as quickly the Hawks gain 2 points right back. And Riordan retains the serve. Williamson over the net. Sets it for number 24, Eliza Dion, and that is wide. So here we go. The Hawks have been known to do that this year. They've been down in some sets and have been known to come back. So let's see what they can do here, down 12-8. Riordan on the serve. Ooh, right into the net. All right, we've seen a good chunk of this game so far. What did the Hawks do to change things up and get back in this game after that timeout?
We're definitely starting to play a little more aggressive. Really trying to hit that ball over, get that more control over the ball, and keep it in.
And they didn't do that there. They didn't listen to you.
No, they didn't.
And the ball's going to go back to the Red Rocketeers side. 14-8 now in this first set. Corsini kind of handcuffed on the hit, but it still worked. Found its way over the hands of the blockers, number 23 and 24. 23 is Grace Munley for the Red Rocketeers, and number 24, we've heard her name all night, Eliza Dion. Here's Sydney Sutton on the serve for the Hawks. Sutton to Riordan. Kind of a weird little set there, but it works. Oh, and almost a block. Corsino almost had her hands up there. What are the keys to a good block?
Keys to a good block are making sure that both blockers are right next to each other and get those hands as far up over the net that they can.
How much is timing? I feel like timing is a lot to do with a block.
Definitely, timing's a lot. You have to make sure to look at the other hitter as they hit.
16-9 now with Sotelo on the serve. Hawks still within reach to come back and make this interesting. 16-10 now. They'll take unforced errors if they have to. Here's the captain, Williamson, on the serve for the Hawks. Sotelo hits it in the rafters, and that's hard to play once it hits the ceiling. How do you deal with balls like that where they go off the rafters, and that's playable?
It is playable, yeah, as long as it doesn't go over to the other side. It's all about reaction time.
It's always interesting when the ball goes up there and it becomes a Plinko game rather than volleyball.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. The serve from Williamson is a good one. And a big hit, but that's too much power from number 12. That is Lauren Antonetti. And once again, 4 points is the difference here. The Hawks making a serve. Inch by inch, they're coming back here in this first set. Nice block by Corsini, and hits it back over too. Great play. And Corsini again hits it back over. Oh, and just off the hands of number 7, Elise Fauerbach. They were there for the block, but it found its way off the side of her hand. Number 7 now for the Rocketeers, Baran. And she hits it in the net, keeping it close here, 17-13. Kaylee, as a coach, when you're down in a set, is there a certain mentality you have to come back?
Absolutely, you have to be mentally tough. Some girls really work well with coming back from a deficit, and some don't.
Here's Mayette on the serve for the Hawks. Number 2 is Mellinson for the Rocketeers, sends it over. Here's Pinto. And there's a violation. What was that violation there?
I believe it was a net violation by number 2 on North Attleboro, Kylie Mellinson. So she hit the net on that, and so it'll be the Hawks ball.
It's great to have you here because a lot of times there'll be violations, and Tim and myself have no idea why, and we just have to say, hey, there's a point for the other team. So glad you could expand on that. And that ball goes out and into the crowd. Good fan section here tonight for the Hawks, and there's the first time out from the Red Rocketeers. That's a good sign for the Hawks, and they're right on their toes here. They've made the deficit just 2 now. It's 17-15, and we're in a timeout. We're going to take a break here on Milford TV. We'll be right back with coverage of this Hockomock League matchup. Welcome back to Milford TV. Hopefully you're watching live on our live stream, milfordtv.net. When we can, we will bring you sports action live through our live stream coverage. Here's Brianna Maeda on the serve. Just 2 points separates these two teams in this first set, and that's going to go long. And now just 1 point, 17-16. Maeda again will be on the serve. And the Hawks smell blood, and they're going after it. Here's Maeda. And there it is. The Hawks have ran down the Red Rocketeers, and we have a tie game here. And so far, it's looking like these two teams match up in almost all aspects of the game very well. Same record in the Hawk League. And now they're tied in this first set here. And a nice block there on the edge. That was number 23.
I think number 2 with the assist
All right.
as well.
Kaylee's going to correct me there. What happened there?
Well, on an outside hit, you usually have 2 blockers. So if both go up and get the block, they both get the credit.
Here's number 5, Joanna Collins-Ballou. Probably butchering that name, I apologize. A nice dig there from number 7, Elizabeth Buron, the libero.
And the kill goes to number 5, Julia Reardon.
Thank you, Riordan. With the kill. And we're back to a tied game. My apologies, getting a random phone call in the middle of this game. Here's a serve from number 8, and that is Ana Alvarenga.
It's a key serve right there, too. Shouldn't be missing with this many points to go.
A lot of pressure there on that serve, I can only imagine.
Yes.
If I was in that situation, it'd probably go through the window. Okay, here we go. Number 12, Lauren Antonetti. And she hits that. So, serve for a serve, and that evens things out. Like I said, these teams right now could not get more even. And here's the captain, Nina Pinto, on the serve. Oh, just wide. Usually she's pretty solid with that serve. Tonight she's having some trouble.
A little bit of trouble, yeah. That's her second missed serve.
And here's number 2, Kylie Mellinson for the Red Rocketeers on the serve. Drops it in for Maeda to Riordan. Here's Williamson looking for the kill. Can't get it. Ooh. And that was out. And we're tied once again.
It's a close game.
Here's Riordan on the serve. Gotta love this crowd. They know when to get quiet, and they let Riordan take her time with that serve. And now, for the first time in this set, the Hawks have a lead. It's 21-20. Kaylee, when you serve, do you have a ritual? Do you have a certain number of bounces, or?
I personally don't, but I know a lot of girls in high school do.
It's all superstition, huh?
Superstition.
So now it's tied once again. Look at that. Do you think
Wow.
we're going to see 5 sets here today?
I think it has a good chance to go into 5 sets. Like you said, these teams are neck and neck and very equal in skill.
It's number 12, Antonetti. Pinto gets it over. Nice job there. Ooh, a shovel. Two-handed shovel by number 14, Tatiana Sotelo. Very smart play.
She's a very smart player. She's done that a couple times now.
Talk about the decision-making that you have to make. You're in the air, and you have to decide whether to hit or fake set or set.
Oh, yeah, there's so many options that you can do, and so little time to decide.
Eventually, this game becomes more mental than physical.
Absolutely.
And guess what? We're tied again. So, Sutton on the serve for the Hawks. 22-22. That's a nice serve from
Good
Sutton.
serve.
Almost a knuckleballer of a serve. Didn't really move at all. Ooh, hits the basketball hoop. And that's not going to make it over. And there's another lead, 23-22. But remember, you got to win by 2. So here we go. Getting closer to that 25-point mark. This is a key serve here.
Absolutely.
Sutton once again with the knuckleballer. That thing does not spin at all when she hits that ball. Talk about what kind of spin you can get on a serve.
Oh, yeah, there's different. You can do a top spin, which is where it spins a lot. What that serve is called is a float serve, where you try not to make it spin and it kind of floats over, and it's hard to really determine where that's going to go.
There's definitely a floater with some power there.
Absolutely.
That would surprise anyone, I feel like.
Oh, definitely. Especially as she jumped. She did a jump serve and did that, so it's pretty impressive.
A lot of power on that serve.
A lot of power.
So that was huge, because now you have a set point, 24-22. And let's remember, I think the largest deficit was about 6 or 7 for the Hawks.
6 or 7 points. This has definitely been an impressive comeback.
And we've seen this before. We covered one game so far in this gym. And the Hawks were able to come back. They lost the first set to, I believe it was Sharon, and came back and took the rest of the set. So this team is no stranger to comebacks, whether it's in a set or in a match.
They seem to play really well under pressure.
And here we go. This is the set point for this first set in this match between the Red Rocketeers and the Milford Lady Scarlet Hawks. Sutton, let's see what kind of serve she sets up here.
Good.
Oh, that finds its way just in. Well, here we go again. Gonna have to win by 2. It's 24-23.
They just need this next point.
Sotelo with the serve. It's a nice one. Riordan. Corsini. Got a lot on that, but it was Sotelo had it. And back over. Nice dig. Can they save it? No. I believe that was number 12 on the hit.
Number 12, yep.
Antonetti. Pinto tried to handle it, but she couldn't do it, and there's a timeout from head coach Tammy Weber. Wow, we're tied again at 24. The Hawks almost had it.
Almost.
They were right there. And every little touch of that ball counts. You know, you never know how it's going to come off your hand, off your wrist, off your arm.
Yep.
And we saw that there. A little misplay, and then you lose a point. Good showing from the Red Rocketeer side as well, as they have some more chance. And I'm waiting for Earl to get out of the scorekeeper seat and go hype up that crowd. That might happen after this set. Earl, the Pearl, the hype man, is busy doing his job on the scoreboard. But we need him to get this crowd fired up. Here we go, 24-24. Riordan with the set, over to Corsini. And she gets it. And that's 25-24. Got to win by 2. And here's the captain, Williamson, for the Hawks on the serve. Very important serve here. As the crowd gets quiet for the serve. Oh, a little too much power. What happened there in that serve?
She twisted her body a little bit, so it went a little out of the court.
And the Hawks once again have a 1-point lead. That was a serve from the libero, Baran. Talk about the important role of the libero.
Or libero.
Or if I pronounced it right.
I'm not sure. People call it different things.
Okay, good.
They're the defense specialist, so typically it's the best passer on the team. They're always in the back. They don't have to make substitutions. And you really rely on them in the back row.
Oh, nice reaction play from Pinto there. Oh, and Riordan just misplays it. And we're back to a tie game. Here we go. You can feel the tension in the gym right now. It's just the first set. Anything can happen for the rest of the match, but this first set has been going back and forth, and we're up to 27 points for one side. What's the highest points you've seen in a set?
I think I've seen up to about 31.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens here. 27-26. It is set point now, and in comes number 15 for the Hawks, Sarah Brajoli. Brajoli has a nice set. Williamson plays it. Riordan sets to Pinto. Pinto. Does it touch? No.
Right.
And
out.
we're tied once again.
Score's really getting up there.
And out comes Brajoli. A nice serve from her. She goes right back. Substitutions are another important part of the game we'll talk about later with Coach Green. And out on the serve, Sutton lets it go. Nice instincts from Sutton. She could have played that, but she knew it was going long. And here's Pinto, the captain. She's ready to serve, not even warming up. And that's going into the net. I feel like they just love being tied at this point.
I think so. A lot of missed serves right now.
28-28. And Mike, our director, is like, am I ever going to go home tonight to see my family? You might not. We might be here till the morning hours. It's 29-28 in favor of the Hawks. And I'd like to, and we got another substitution here. Number 7, Fauerbach comes in as Mayetta finds her way to the bench. And here's Riordan, the captain, on the serve. 1 point is needed for the win of this set. Can they do it? That's 3 hits, it's over. Riordan to Williamson. Oh, a great dig by number 14, Sotelo. And there's the block.
There it is.
And the set. I believe that was Corsini on the block, along with number 7.
I think so.
So 30-28, that was a roller coaster of a first set. We found the Hawks down by about 6 or 7, I believe, in the early part of the set. And they took a timeout, settled in, found their way back, and went on a crazy string of ties from then on. And what are your overall feelings about that first set, Kaylee?
That was a really strong set for Milford. They, the way they came back and really handled themselves under pressure. I would like to see a lot from both teams, a little more control for the balls, a lot of missed serves and a lot of missed hits. If they can keep that in play, I think they'll be couple more strong games.
I imagine some of those miss hits and miss serves were due to nerves. You know, you start a game, you got a lot of adrenaline flowing through you. We got the cameras here. We got our big setup. It's kind of intimidating, a lot of fans here. So I can only imagine that this second set is going to even be more technical, more exciting, and we'll be right back on our coverage of Milford Scarlet Hawks volleyball here on Milford TV. Welcome back to set number 2 of this so far exciting matchup between these two Hawk teams. Right away we get a violation there. Kaylee, what was that violation?
So number 5, Julia Riordan. She double touched the ball. As a setter, you're only allowed to touch it with 2 hands at once. So it hit one hand and the other.
Right. Big block there from 23 and 24. That's Grace Munley and Eliza Dion. Who had most of the block there?
I think number 23 had most of the block.
So that was Munley on the block. Nice distraction with the water bottle on the North Attleboro side. Screws up the, no, that had nothing to do with anything. A nice serve there from the North Attleboro side. It's 3-0 now. Number 10 on the number 18 on the serve. That is Haley Gaskin. I haven't called her name yet. And she sets it here for Sotelo. That was a big hit. Looked great. Nice form, but that's out. It's wide.
Yeah, just missed.
You notice it right away. Sotelo seems to be playing at a higher level.
Absolutely.
Let's see if we can find some stats on her if we have them in the notes. Meanwhile, Williamson will serve it for the Hawks. Sotelo on the outside, hits it over. There she is. So I don't know if you know, she switched from the right side over to the left. Talk about that.
So it's just about rotations, you know, where she has to start on the court versus where she plays. So no matter where she has to start on the court, she's an outside hitter. So she switches right over there. She's a very smart hitter, too. She's definitely good at placing.
And now she's up for the serve for the Red Rocketeers. Up 4-1. Riordan hits it over. It's Gaskin. Riordan sets it. Corsini blocked partially by number 24, Dion. And miss hit there by number 12, Antonetti. And that's fortunate for the Hawks. Here's Maeda coming in. And down will sit Fauerbach. And Maeda will be on the serve now. 4-2. The second set. The Hawks took set 1. A very tight back and forth set. Into the fan section, it's saved by number 17. Or is that 12? That's 12, I'm sorry. And a lot of stuff happened while I was looking at the roster. Kaylee, what happened there?
Number 9, Nina Pinto, just hit it out.
So there's Pinto. We were waiting for her to emerge. She's a captain on this team. 5-2 now. Here's Maeda. And Riordan sends it over. Gaskin sets it for, nice block by Corsini. Corsini again. And that is Allison Corsini. There are 2 Corsinis. They are twins. Allison has been a force up front so far in this game. Talk about the play of Corsini and the big blocks that she's been doling out.
Yeah, she definitely has a lot of good height. Allows her to get over the net. She really has a strong block over there. Has her hands up. She's ready to block.
And out comes one Corsini, in comes the other. So Allison sits down and Lauren Corsini comes in, and that serve is long. And now we'll have another substitution on the Milford side. So what happened there? It looked like a player came off the bench, then.
Yeah, so it seems that they put number 15, Sarah
Brajoli.
Brajoli, my bad.
That's all right. A lot of Italian names here in Milford.
Yeah, I can see that. So they put her in to serve, and since number 10, Allison Corsini, goes in for the libero, she had to go back in so that she could switch with the libero.
Here's Sutton with the save on the back line. Corsini gets it over to Williamson, sends it over. Number 2 for the Rocketeers. Mellinson sends it over, and then a little misplay there. What happened there?
Number 24, that's
Williamson.
Alyssa Williamson. She, dug the ball and went a little too far into the net, and Reardon wasn't able to get it out.
Here's number 5, Joanna Collins-Ballou. And actually, during this next break, I'm going to ask the coaches how they pronounce that name, because I'm probably butchering it. There she is, Ballou to number 12, and that's out. Number 12 is Antonetti for the Rocketeers. So, Hawks fortunate to have kept this close so far, as the Rocketeers look like the stronger team so far in this set, but some unforced errors have helped the Hawks keep it close. 7-4, a nice, there's the serve we were looking for from Pinto, as the ball comes near our broadcast booth. Pete Boucher, athletic director for the Hawks, he's going to gather it up, get it back into play. Beautiful serve from Pinto, talk about that.
Just nice top spin, went right down. They weren't even expecting it.
Oh, good instincts there by number 7, the libero, Baran. I'm going to start pronouncing libero both ways.
Might as well. It can go either way.
Number 12, Antonetti. On the serve, here's Corsini, nice hit. Sotelo got blocked by Corsini with help from Riordan. Riordan got up there pretty well. Here's Williamson, and she's long. It's fun to see Riordan with her height get up there and make some plays.
Oh, she has, yeah, she can jump up there.
She's got some ups.
She does.
Riordan setting it for Corsini. Oh, and number 2, Kylie Mellinson. Looked like a big old softball for her, but she misplayed it. That's
it's all
tough.
about timing there.
Right. And here's Riordan on the serve. It's 9-6 now. Still within 3 are the Hawks in this second set. Ooh, just touching the net there was Riordan. A very forceful serve. And Sutton lets it go, but that was a bad idea because that was in. Tough play there.
Tough play. Pretty sure that one just hit the line.
Right on it.
Yep.
My favorite parts of covering volleyball is going back and editing and see which balls were actually in. A lot of times there are some missed calls when you only have 2 refs. When we get to the playoffs, you get the benefit of the line judges.
Yeah.
Don't have them here today. So, and that's blocked out. The other dynamic part of a block is making sure that it gets blocked back over inbounds.
Yes. That's a good job on the hitter for reading that block and trying to use it to get it to go out off their hands.
10-7 now. Here's that 3-point margin once again. Nice save there. Good serve once again from Sutton. Corsini gets blocked but saves it. And, oh, right back over is Pinto. A little too much. Any differences that are sticking out in this set from the first set?
I think it's a stronger start for both teams. Again, it's all about keeping that ball in. A lot of wild hits. A lot of power in this game.
Slight break here. And here's number 18. Gaskin on the serve. Corsini mishits it and it falls into the net. So at some point, one of the Corsinis was swapped for the other, and I didn't notice it because they're twins. And that's number 10, Allison Corsini, on the court right now. Sutton to Riordan. Corsini, again, having trouble with the hitting.
Yeah.
Talk about your hit over the net, big slam. What do you have to do to time that out?
So you just have to read the setter. Know when it comes out of her hands, know when to start your swing.
you're doing a lot in one motion. You're jumping, you're swinging,
Yes.
and you're making sure it goes over the net hard.
Yes, and your footwork is all important.
And what happened there? We have a violation, Kaylee.
Well, it looks like they used 4 hits. They didn't get over in 3.
So we have a 13-8 score. Red Rocketeers pulling away just a bit. Williamson on the serve for the Hawks now. Again, Hawks are no stranger to making a comeback in a set or in a match.
Yeah, we saw this last game. It was about the same score, and they came back.
Williamson to Riordan. Corsini got a whole lot of that one. But a nice save by the libero, Biron, on the Red Rocketeers side. Once again, here's Pinto pushing it over. Let's see what the Hawks can do here with a solid set. Pinto over, and that's going to find its way out. I don't blame her for not diving for that one. She would have found her face into a metal bench. That wouldn't have been fun. So
that would have hurt.
It's 9-13. Hawks inching their way back as they did in the first set. The captain, Williamson. And that's into the net. Let's talk about the importance of the setter. Julia Riordan, the captain on the Hawks, since before this game, she was up to 112 assists on the season. Talk about the importance of the setter.
Setter is one of the most important people on the court, Rob. You know, they set the tone of the court, and they set the ball to there would be no kills without any setter. So she really sets it up for the hitters, make sure they get a good set so that they can get the kill. Just like there.
Just like that.
Except that it was not Julia Riordan. I think that was assist by number 7, Fauerbach.
Fauerbach. Nice play there. She's got a smile on her face as she finds her way back to the bench. And here's Maeda on the serve for the Hawks. 14-10. Once again, the Hawks just kind of sneak up behind you without you realizing it, that you're losing the lead.
Yeah.
Here's 24 to Sotelo. That was Dion to Sotelo over for the Red Rocketeers. Pinto, is that on the line?
That was on the line. That was a very nice spot to put it to.
14-11. Here come the Hawks once again. Deja vu. I'd like to thank our stellar crew here today. The main mommy, Mike Sperling, our director, along with Caitlin Mobilia on the scoreboard. And there's a misplay by the Rocketeers. It's 14-12. We also have Scott Crisafoli on camera, taking time off from his job directing the highway department. And we also have Derek Birchold on our secondary camera as well, bringing you this game at home. Hopefully you're watching on milfordtv.net. And that ball is going to find its way over, and it's 14-13. The Hawks within 1. How tough are those serves that just hit the top of the net?
It's hard. You don't expect them. You kind of think it's just going to go right into the net, and then it makes its way over.
And that forces a timeout from head coach Kim Hallahan on the Rocketeers side. Rocketeers got to regroup again. Not sure how. I mean, the Hawks are clearly mentally tough.
Absolutely.
No one intends to be down at any point in a game. But my goodness, they are relentless.
They seem to really work well coming back from being behind.
So we're going to take a break here as the timeout continues. Thanks for watching our coverage here on Milford TV. Back from the timeout. Maeda on the serve. You can feel the energy rising in this gymnasium. A beautiful serve from Maeda. Great save. Oh, almost. Nice effort from number 12, Antonetti, on the Red Rocketeers side. And guess what? We're tied.
Again.
So let's see how long this lasts. Ooh, nice drop serve there from Maeda, and it works. And the Hawks have the lead all of a sudden. It almost seems like you'd be doing yourself a disservice to take a timeout on your own end, because after timeouts, the Hawks seem to have an advantage. Coach Tammy Weber coaching up the Hawks side, making them better each time with each timeout.
Definitely seen a pattern there.
Maeda serves it over. Oh, great save from Williamson, Sutton, and then Riordan back over. Ooh, does that find the corner?
It's called out.
I need glasses because that looked in.
There's
But
a lot of lines
here
on
we
this
go,
court.
16 of, there are a lot of lines. 16 of 14 now in favor of the Hawks. And another one of those
There she
serves that just finds the top of the net. Corsini likes what you saw, but nice save on the back line from Biron. Nice block from Corsini. Oh, and the crowd loves that. Hawk Nation
That was beautiful.
up out of their seats. What'd you see there, Kaylee?
Beautiful block. Hands are up.
Mayette again on the serve. 17-14. The Hawks with the biggest lead in either set for the Hawks. Hits the top of the net on the attempted kill. Corsini again.
Just missed.
This time that hit the top of the net and then went out. There's Baran on the save, on the serve for the Red Rocketeers. Oh, Pinto got handcuffed there as they took a page out of the Hawks book and put a serve into the top of the net, and Pinto didn't know how to handle that one.
It's a tough one when it comes at you and you're moving back.
And now it's only 1 point that separates these two teams. Pinto hits it over. Sotelo saves it, sets it, and that's a nice, who hit that one? Number 9?
I think
Or
number 8.
Number 8, that is Emma Gunn. And Gunn was locked and loaded for that kill
She
right
was
there.
ready.
It's a gun pun. Okay, here we go. It's number 7 on the serve, that's Baran. Pinto, there's Baran again. There's Gunn, and that does not find its way over. And here we go, another 2-point lead. I'm sorry, it's 18-17. Just 1 point now. At least we're not tied again. But 18 in favor of the Red Rocketeers, and that induces a timeout on the Milford side from Coach Tammy Weber. Kaylee, it seems like the Hawks they had that 3-point lead and then lost a little bit of focus.
They lost a little bit, yeah, but they can come back and do it. As we've seen before, it's around this point, this point of the last game, that they really kept tying it up.
Still waiting for Earl to hype up the crowd. Who's Earl? Get Earl. Earl. Where's Earl? Earl. And Earl's upset that he can't hype up the crowd right now. He's too busy doing his job on the score cam. That's okay. I'm sure he'll get over to the fan section eventually.
Yeah.
We're going to continue this match. And it's 18-17 as Baran is looking for the serve. There's Pinto from the set from Riordan. A little too much there. It's got to be tough when you see a nice set just floating in the air and you really want to hammer it home.
It's the worst when you miss. It really is.
Misplayed there by Maeda. And the Red Rocketeers are pulling away a bit, but 3 points is nothing in terms of a deficit for the Hawks. We've seen them come back from much more. Baran, Maeda.
A little too high.
Ooh, nice block save there from Riordan. Gunn has a little trouble with Sotelo. Corsini. Gunn again, hits the top of the net, helped her there.
That did.
Coach Tammy Weber coming out for a little talk with Captain Williamson. Again, Baran is up for the serve. Sutton misplays it. 22-17. And another timeout from Tammy Weber. She knows her team can play better right now, so she probably just wants to put a little confidence back into her squad.
Try to regroup a little bit.
As a coach, what do you say to your players when you find them kind of confused and rattled?
Well, what I try to do is really just try to inspire confidence in them. Sometimes you just kind of let them go on their own and try to get them to pump themselves up and really, when they're
there we
just
go.
unfocused.
There's Earl. Let's get a camera on Earl there,
right.
hyping up the crowd. That's what we're looking for. When you're in the Milford gym, the crowd absolutely helps these teams, whether it's basketball, volleyball, wrestling. We've seen it all the time.
Yeah,
There's a special atmosphere in this gym when the crowd gets into it, and that's
absolutely.
Earl's job there. I'm gonna give
Did a
Earl
good
high
job there.
five. Earl doing a great job this past Saturday at our youth center telethon, where he sunk 3 half-court behind-the-back basketball shots.
Wow.
To help raise us almost $10,000 for the youth center. Here's Corsini going long. So thank you, Earl, all that you do for Hawk Nation. (23-17) here. 2 points away are the Red Rocketeers from a set 2 victory. Still a lot of match left as Pinto goes long. Pinto seems to be off her game tonight. Very solid player, but can't seem to find a rhythm tonight.
No, it seems like she can't control that powerful arm she has right now.
Got to rein in that power a little bit.
Just a little.
And that ball is hit wide. So that goes the serve to the Hawks. We're seeing some substitutions here as one Corsini for the other. So we have Allison coming out, and in comes Lauren. And also number 15, Sarah Bergioli. She seems to be a serve specialist.
Seems like it.
Tonight.
She has a very good serve, too.
And there we go. She seems to be a little bit of a lucky charm for the Hawks as well, as each time she's coming to serve, they've garnered a point. So here we go, Bergioli again on the serve. 24-19. Hawks making it interesting, but they need 4 straight points to stay in this. And there's a kill from Grace Munley. And we were tied a lot in the first set, but now we're tied overall in terms of the match. 1-1, 2 sets played, and we are tied up here in Milford. And we'll be back for the 3rd set of this very important Hockomock matchup here on Milford TV. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Milford High School in the Milford Gymnasium, where we find these two Hockomock teams tied up in a great matchup, both with 3-2 overall records in the Hockomock League in the Davenport, I believe. Let's go down the standings for the Davenport and the Kelly Rex divisions in the Hockomock League. Everyone is forever chasing Canton. Canton is just a stellar program, year in, year out. First win last year in a long time for Milford versus Canton. Unfortunately, Milford couldn't string along enough wins to find their way into the playoffs, but that was a huge moment last year when Milford finally beat Canton. So Canton's on the top as that serve goes along from Sutton, 1-0 Red Rocketeers. Canton up top in the Davenport division with a record of 4-1. Then Milford and North Attleboro and Stoughton are all 3-2 in the league and overall. Sharon follows up behind 2-3, and Foxborough is really the only team that is not in the heat of things at 0-5. And we'll go over the Kelly Rex after this volley. Here's Williamson, the captain, and she's going to get that kill. using the net to her advantage, and that finds its way on the inside part of the court. And Williamson is ready to serve now. Tied up 1-1 in this third set. A lot of game left here. Oh, nice save there. Nice slide from Sotelo. And Corsini finds the back line, I believe.
The back line,
wow.
Yep, right on that line.
Very nice. And that was number 10, Allison Corsini. Not to be confused with her identical twin, Lauren Corsini. Here's Williamson. That goes long. A lot of long serves. A lot of power going into these serves. These girls are not holding back. Baron on the serve for the Red Rocketeers, the libero or libero. And Riordan upset with herself, but that was a great serve.
That was a good serve. In the last game, she served about 7 or 8 times in a row to get that lead.
She is capable on that back line, sending it over. And here's Sutton to foul back to Corsini. Baron plays it up. And a nice block there from Corsini. Riordan, Corsini. And there we go. Another kill for Corsini. We're tied once again, 3-3. Mayetta into the game. Fauerbach will find her way to the bench. Oh, tough one there for Mayetta.
Just missed.
Already almost an hour into this game. Approaching the 7 p.m. time. And at this point, we tend to see some more fans funneling into the gymnasium as other sports practices and games are over. So hopefully the Hawks can get a nice big crowd here for the end of this match. But we still are only in the third set, tied up 1-1. Oof. And there's a little miscommunication between Sutton and Williamson. What happened there?
Someone's got to go for that ball. Went right in between them.
Talk about the different setups you can set up defensively.
Well, there's a lot of different setups. You know, for each different hitter, you tend to have a different setup. So if the middle hitter is hitting, you set up one way. If the outside's hitting, you set up another. Right side, back row.
What's a tendency you're seeing here on the offense for the Red Rocketeers?
They definitely have a strong offense. A lot of good hitters. Their outsides are strong hitters.
Yeah, we've got Sotelo on the edge, right? And looks like Gunn is more of a middle hitter.
I believe so.
And Corsini for Corsini once again as Fauerbach. I'm sorry, Sarah Berjoli comes in. The Hawks are down 6-4 right now. Berjoli sends it over. Another nice serve from Berjoli. And they can't handle the serve from Berjoli, so that's a point for the Hawks at 6-5. See if Berjoli can string together a couple more points for the Hawks. Oh, and there's a nice hit from Gunn, Emma Gunn, the senior. 7-5 now as Berjoli comes out. And Allison Corsini helps her with that substitution. And now it's Gunn on the serve. Sutton to Riordan to Pinto. Pinto, nice instincts there. What did she see?
Oh, it tipped it right in the middle. She really saw there was no one in that middle area and just went right for it.
Looked like that ball was going to end up in the hands of the blockers, but she fooled everyone and got the point.
Got
7
it
to
right
6. Sotelo, Pinto. Oh, those are always tough.
Always tough. It's the timing. Got to get that timing right.
Once again, we are tied. 7's on the board. Pinto, let's see if she can find her serve. Pinto's got that little hesitation, like she scrapes her foot on the court. It's very interesting on the serve. She gets it over nicely. Here's Williamson. What happened there, Kaylee?
Nice try, but again, two touch.
Thankful to have Kaylee Green here. Coach in volleyball herself, able to describe to me what these violations are exactly. And now it's tied up once again as the Rocketeers regain the serve. Here's number 2, Kylie Mellinson, the junior for the Red Rocketeers. Pinto plays it for none other than Riordan, who sets it for Corsini. And that ball's out.
It's out.
9-8 for the Hawks. Sydney Sutton's happy with herself there. She let that go. That was very close to the line. So she gave her coach a smile, letting that one go. Good instincts there. Here's Riordan, the captain, on the serve. Lisa Dion hits it over. Riordan sets it. Nice back set.
Ooh.
But still kept it in play.
They kept it in play.
Williamson. Duran saves it once again. A lot of action on the Red Rocketeers side. Pinto.
A lot of good saves.
To Riordan. Corsini taps it over. Good volley here from both sides. And then that ball is hit long by number 24, Eliza Dion. Very good volley from both squads.
That was a great one to watch.
Here's Riordan with the 10-8 lead. Beautiful serve, and that's out into the fan section. Hawk Nation, watch out because that ball is coming your way. Off of the serve from Riordan. There's a first time out in this set from the Red Rocketeer side. So we will take a timeout as well. We'll be right back on Milford TV. Back out of the timeout. We find the Hawks up 11-8. Here's Riordan with the serve. Oh, and that just finds the corner. That was in. I don't know what they're looking at. It was definitely in.
Oh, they call it out.
I was squinting and focusing on that corner, but I don't have the same angle he does. So
it looked into me, but again, refs see everything differently.
All right, and 11-9. They want to keep this game going till the midnight hour, apparently. So back within 2 are the Red Rocketeers. Oh, just finding its way in was Sotelo with a nice touch.
That's a hard spot for a defense to get.
That seems like a very veteran type move, too.
It is.
You have to be pretty savvy to notice that there is no one all the way over on the other side.
Absolutely, and we've seen that on both sides now.
Here's Pinto. Almost runs into Riordan. Sotelo again. Nice block from 6 and 7.
No block on that.
No
Went
block?
into the net.
Okay. So once again, Corsini for Corsini as Allison comes in. And we'll talk about the Corsini sisters now. Both very efficient with blocking. The numbers we have before this game, and that's going to be a kill from Sotelo. A nice hard hit. But both coming into this game, Allison with 20 blocks, Lauren with 17, and also Allison is the kill leader on this team with 42 coming into this game today. Must be nice to be a coach and have 2 genetically similar players with height.
Absolutely. as middle blockers, you know, height is definitely key.
Corsini. There it is. There's a kill. That's what they were looking for. Nice set. What'd you see on that play?
Very nice swing. You know, for a middle, it's important to go to a corner, as that's where no one is on their the opposite team's defense. So she found that spot and hit right to it.
Here's the captain, Williamson, on the serve for the Hawks. 13-11 is the lead. Largest deficit we've seen so far was in the first set. It's about 6 or 7. I can't remember exactly what the deficit was, but since then these teams have either been tied or within 2 or 3 points. So a great matchup here today. It's Corsini again, going long this time, but Baran was there. Munley tried to get her over, but Fauerbach was there. Corsini finds it again. That's another kill for Corsini. She's on fire right now. She's just locating her spots, too.
Absolutely. She is reading that other team's defense very well.
Here's Brianna Maeda on the serve. 14-12 now. Nice serve. Set up from Sotelo over to number 2. Mellinson gets it over. Riordan now to Pinto. Nice hit from Pinto. She got what she wanted out of that, but they were there on the other side. Here's Pinto. And Sutton plays it. Williamson's just going to get her over to stay in this volley. Baran over. Williamson. Riordan. Pinto. Oh, and a nice block. That looks like it was a helper from number 2.
Number 23 and number 2 on North Attleboro.
So Mellinson and Munley got up there. Munley's going to take a seat now and bringing in number 5, Collins Bilou on the serve. And into the net goes Gunn. So that's a point for the Hawks. They retain their lead and get the serve back. As more fans, as I predicted, start pouring into the gymnasium here. And the Hawks absolutely feed off of this crowd. Great showing all the time at every sport from Hawk Nation. Other teams supporting other teams. Oh, and there's a tough play as 2 players collide. Diving for the ball, that was 18-5. Good effort there.
It is really great to see those crowds into the game, though. (16-13) now. Bergioli with the serve. Bergioli has been able to come into this game on the serves and been able to garner a couple points when she's come in, but I just jinxed her there, and the ball goes back to the Red Rocketeers side. 16-14 now. Once again, it's that 2-point, 3-point margin, back and forth. Very evenly matched teams.
Oh, nice play there by Sutton, diving to the floor. Are they going to be able to get this over? No.
No.
So that's all started with Sutton there. Talk about that kind of a play. Diving on the floor like that.
Diving on the floor, yeah.
Not afraid to lose some skin.
Diving can hurt too.
Oh, yeah.
You can get some good bruises off of diving, but it's part of the game.
Here's Pinto. She gets it over. Maeda to Riordan. Tough set. Corsini gets it back. Sotelo. Oh, great play by Sutton. Can they save it? Maeda gets it back over. The net helps out there. Sutton, great volley. Oh, tough set there. What happened?
A little too close to the net.
Riordan showing a lot of energy all over the court tonight. She's got to be careful she doesn't wear herself out by the end of this game. It may be a long one. Riordan, fake set, pushes it over. Sotelo, Sutton and
What a
Sotelo
dig.
trading digs and potential kills. Oh, nice save there. Can they get it over? They do.
That was nice.
Maeda. Sotelo again. Maeda saves it. Riordan with the set. Pinto back over. And they get it.
Right.
What a point by the Hawks. 18-15. A lot of great plays there.
So many great saves.
You had Riordan falling to the ground. Maeda helping out. And Pinto with a nice forceful kill over the top of the net.
Beautiful.
From a tough angle, too. That ball was over the back of her head.
Yeah, that's not easy.
Here's Riordan on the serve. 18-15. Oh, just long. These two teams do not want to get outside of 3 points with between each other.
They are so close.
18-16. Crowd getting larger now as other sports start to end and the fans end up here in the Milford High Gymnasium. Hawk Nation is alive and well. Red Rocketeers have a decent contingent of fans as well over on the other side, and they like that as the back line was just wide open.
Wide open.
Talking about communication during a volley on defense, what do you have to tell your players?
I mean, communication is key. You know, you got to know who's going for the ball. And again, it all comes down to libero really has to start that communication as they're the best passer on the team, typically.
1 point separates these two teams now, 18-17. Corsini tries to put it over. Williamson saves it. Corsini again finds it. And that was Lauren Corsini, as Allison has been doing most of the kills, but here they go again, the twins swapping out for one another. Getting the best of both worlds with the Twin Towers over here. The Corsini sisters, blocks and kills. And here's Sutton with a nice serve. Oh, and it fools them again. That is a tough serve.
What
There's
a serve.
no spin on that at all.
Not at all.
Here's Sutton again. It's 20-17. The Hawks trying to get past that 3-point margin that these two teams like to stay within. Another nice serve, but a nice set here, back set.
Good dig.
Williamson, and that finds the court. 21-17, and there's a timeout. As Coach Kim Hallahan knows she's got to talk her team up on the Rocketeers side. So 21-17, a few more points, and the Hawks were within striking distance of a win in this set.
They really seem to find their rhythm right now.
What are they changing up that you've liked so far?
The hitting is just improving with each play. They're hitting it into spots, and they're really just hitting it hard.
And now we have a rebuke from the Red Rocketeers fan side, and Earl is not happy about that, but he's got to stay on his job at the scoreboard. He's frustrated. He can't go hype up that crowd.
He wants to.
Oh, he is the official Milford Hawks hype man, and he's not happy that the crowd on the Red Rocketeers side is getting up. So let's see if Hawk Nation can find their own way to hype themselves up as they sit in the stands waiting for Sutton to send this serve over with a score of 21-17 in this third set. A little more spin on that serve,
Nice
fools them.
spot.
It's Farrer back, setting it for Williamson, and that's in. What a great hit from Williamson.
Fouled out.
No.
It's not in.
Oh, Williamson is not happy about that.
It's hard when you have two refs and no line judges.
She lets out a yell. I don't blame her. That looked pretty good to me, but
That looked pretty in.
that referee is very close to me, so I will not say anything bad. All right. Sutton plays it. Oh, that's a tough one for Riordan.
Tough spot.
Tammy Weber doing a great job of coaching up the fundamentals after mishits. Oh, and that's into the net from Sotelo. Sotelo not happy with herself there. A lot of speed on that serve, though.
A lot of speed. One thing I really like from this team is their passing is very strong. Sydney Sutton does a great job in the back as libero.
22-19 now. Williamson looking for redemption after that call that was called out. Here we go. Gunn on the edge. She hits it into the net. 23-19, 2 points to a victory in this third set now. There's Williamson. Hush comes over to the crowd for the serve. Ooh, handcuffed with Sotelo on that one. Williamson, Riordan, Corsini. Nice dig from Sotelo, over to Gunn, and that's too long. Oh, or was it touched? No, it's 24-19.
It's called out.
Still learning the hand signals of the referees.
They make a T.
And there's a timeout. Is that what that is? All right. Thank you, Kaylee Green. And now, 24-19. The Hawks are within 1 point of a third set win. That would give them a 2-1 lead in this match, and we'll be right back on Milford TV. It's getting louder and louder in the gym here at Milford High School as Williamson looks for the set point on the serve. It's playable to Gunn. Oh! Corsini almost got the block there, but Gunn had a lot of speed on that hit. And once again, we're within 4. Here's Baran for the Red Rocketeers. Nice serve. Sutton, Fowler back. Corsini. Sotelo saves it into the net. This is going to be tough. Baran hits it over. She saves it. Riordan. Corsini, it's down and in, and they take game 3, 25-20, and the Hawks are in control now. They're finding their rhythm. Stay tuned for the conclusion of this match on Milford TV. We'll be right back. And we're back. Thanks for joining us on our live coverage here on MilfordTV.net of the girls volleyball matchup, Hockomock League matchup between the Milford Scarlet Hawks and the North Attleboro Red Rocketeers. Here's Corsini pushing the ball over. And Sotelo goes up for a big kill, but finds the net instead. And my apologies to number 5, Joanna Collins-Bilyeu. I've been pronouncing her name slightly incorrectly, so that's Collins-Bilyeu, number 5 on the North Attleboro side. Here's Williamson, captain for the Hawks. Baran gets it over. Oh, and a miss hit by Corsini.
Decided a little too late what to do on that one.
Seems she was almost surprised by that.
I think so.
Here's Sotelo, Tatiana Sotelo for the Red Rocketeers on the serve. She finds the net. She's been slightly off her game since the beginning of this match. Very much a force in the beginning of the match, but has slipped up a bit since then. And on the Hawks side, we saw Pinto struggling a bit in the early parts of the match, but then emerging later in this last set.
Yeah.
Maeda now on the serve. Once again tied is the score 2-2 in this fourth set. Go down the list of the top servers, the ladies with the most aces on the squad for the Hawks side. We have Sydney Sutton, 14 aces. We have Alyssa Williamson with 9 aces. Brianna Maeda is right there with 7. Those are the stats as of last game. That ball goes sky high into the rafters and does not touch anything in the roof. That was surprising. Both teams able to keep it ball in play. There's Pinto, and there's the big block from number 24, Eliza Dion, with some help from Grace Munley getting up there as well. How do the blockers help each other you know, right next to each other, how do you shift and move and be aware of your other blocker next to you?
It's all about communication. And they're out of rotation right here.
As a coach, do you give them certain key words or special hint words that they can say to each other?
It's not really hint words, just about, again, communicating, you know, whether or not the other side hears it doesn't really matter. It's all about just getting together on the block and really going up and getting a strong hands over the net.
Yeah, it looks like the refs are giving the ball back to the North Attleboro side. Any idea what happened there?
Yeah, so they were out of rotation. As you can see them switching, they're not in the right spots, so.
Here's Baran on the serve. Williamson to Riordan to Corsini. Heard that sequence a lot today, and that ball is going to be out. Can't say enough about the strength of Riordan's sets. Like you said before, it just sets the tone for the whole offense.
Absolutely. And she's a strong setter. She's very quick.
Once again, we find the serve specialist, Sarah Bergioli, coming on for the Hawks. 4-4 is the score. And that ball is sent wide. 5-4, the Hawks have the lead. Some more info about this Red Rocketeers team. Seniors Emma Gunn and Tatiana Sotelo are the two returning players. And they're joined by 11 juniors. So a junior heavy squad for the Red Rocketeers side.
Yes.
But they're playing like seniors today.
They look very strong.
5-5 is the score, and number 5, Bilyeu on the serve. Here's Gunn, and that goes wide. Seems to me that just slightly the scales have tipped in terms of solid hits, have tipped towards Milford's side, when earlier it seemed like Red Rocketeers were getting the better of the hits.
Absolutely. Milford's side has definitely stepped it up in these past couple games.
Tied up again, 6-6. Here's Gunn on the serve. The senior. Sutton. Riordan plays it. Oh, and that finds its way home. A little mix of luck and skill from Riordan. And the Red Rocketeers had no idea what to do with that ball.
It's a tough one. It was pretty high up there.
And Riordan is now on the serve. Hawk Nation fans a little bit quiet here. See if a rally can get them fired up again. Here's Riordan to Corsini. Oh, nice dig there from number 5. That's Bilyeu, and that leads to a point for the North Attleboro side. What'd you like there from the dig from Bilyeu?
Just the effort. She got right under that ball, dove for it, didn't let it drop.
Number 2, Kylie Mellinson now, the junior on the serve. Pinto. Williamson, oh, tough set there, what happened?
A little too tight for her on the net. You know, she was trying to avoid that net, not touch it, and wasn't able to get the ball over.
Well, the Hawks once again making things interesting as they give the lead back to the Red Rocketeers. It's 8-7 now in this 4th set. Here's Bilyeu to 18, that was Gaskin. Here's Williamson on the other side. Abby Gallagher, number 4, setting it on the North Attleboro side, and there was a touch.
There
I know that signal now.
Yeah, there you go. There was definitely a touch, too. That was a good call.
Thank you, Kaylee Green. Kaylee Green, if you're just joining us now, our new color commentator for ladies volleyball, as she is a coach in Holliston for the volleyball squad there. Oh, and a little miscommunication there as Pinto and Williamson did not know what to do, and the ball just fell in between them. There's Kylie Mellinson again on the serve. Corsini with a nice handle on that ball, sends it over with authority for the kill, and the Hawks are within 2 now.
What a spot.
What'd you see there, Kaylee?
Number 18 on North Attleboro, Haley Gaskin. Hit it right down the line.
Here's Riordan to Williamson. Ooh, little collision there between 24 and 18 on the North Attleboro side, and we have a
net violation.
Net violation.
Number 23, I believe, hit the net. Still a great hit on the Milford side.
11-9 now in favor of the Red Rocketeers. Williamson puts it over to Baran. Number 23 tries to find the outside corner, or the outside line. That was Grace Munley. Here's Williamson again as the Hawks inch closer, as they've done all this match. They give up leads and they just keep coming back. And now it's tied again. This is what the Hawks do. They just wear you down with grit and relentlessness. And now Gunn is coming out, and number 12, Antonetti, will find her way to the court. Williamson on the serve once again. Nice rally here from Williamson. Baran and Abby Gallagher misplay that ball as they came together. Again, Kaylee talking earlier about communication.
Communication is key in this sport.
Gallagher gets it over for the Red Rocketeers. Gaskin to number 23, Grace Munley. That hits the net, and here we go. The Hawks are on a roll, and a timeout is induced on the North Attleboro side. And we will take a timeout as well, as the score is 13-11. The Hawks in this fourth set. Will be right back. Back from the timeout. Hope you're enjoying our live streaming coverage of this volleyball matchup. Williamson hits it over. And on the other side for the Rocketeers, they send it long. And it's going to be 14-11. So at one point, when Williamson started her serves, the Hawks were down by a good 3 points, I believe, and this rally has carried them through to a 14-11 lead. And there is a violation there, as I believe number 18 Gunn stepped on the other side of the court.
She did hit that net a little bit.
Williamson continues to serve. How long can she keep this going? Beautiful serve. That's an ace for Williamson. As Baran couldn't do anything about that. I'm not sure anyone could. Just a picture-perfect serve there.
Picture perfect. That speed.
Oh, big hit from Pinto. Blocked on the other side, though. And there's a
She hit it 2 times in a row.
2 times in a row. You can block it, but you can't hit it 2 times.
Yes.
You block it, hit it again, but can't hit it 2 times on your own. So once again, Williamson keeping this rally going, 17-11 in this 4th set. You got to win 3 sets. So, there's a miscommunication there between Riordan and Fauerbach. Went over both their heads. And now number 4, Abby Gallagher. So there goes Williamson on a huge tear. Just serving up points left and right, but now North Attleboro is back in it as they regain the serve, 17-12 in favor of the Hawks, and now 2 points in a row here quickly for the Red Rocketeers. And the momentum swings in volleyball are so important.
So important. It can change at any point. What a spot.
Who hit that one? I was looking at the roster.
Number 24.
24, Eliza Dion.
Finds that corner.
So there's 3 points in a row for the Red Rocketeers. Abby Gallagher on the serve. She hits it into the net, though. So the Hawks will regain the serve. Here's Brianna Maeda on the serve. A nice little touch over from Riordan.
That's considered a block right there.
Okay. So a block from Riordan.
She really gets up there when she jumps.
She is not afraid to get up there with the taller players on the other side. Not intimidated whatsoever. Brianna Maeda with a nice serve. And misplayed in the net. That's a double hit there, right?
Yep, that's a double hit. She touched it twice.
Okay, 20-14. And now we're seeing some separation from the Hawks. That big rally with Williamson on the serves has really helped them to push ahead by 6 now. Maeda with a nice serve into the net once again. And it looks like the Hawks have found their serve.
Oh, yeah.
And that is what's separating them in this 4th set, I do believe.
Their momentum right now is crazy.
So Maeda once again on a rally of points, 21-14. We're 4 points away from a match win for the Hawks. Can they maintain the lead? Maeda with a nice forceful serve. Buron playing it well though. 24-24. That's a Dion, and Williamson couldn't handle it. And quickly I'll go over the Kelly Rex division standings as Franklin is on top 4-0. I don't know if you've heard about the Franklin volleyball team this year, but they are a force. Yeah.
I've heard they are a great team.
They're up at 5-0 in the Kelly Rex division, followed by King Philip 3-2, Oliver Ames at 3-2, Mansfield at 2-3, Taunton at 2-3. Please don't let that ball hit our production table. Thank you. And Taunton's at 2-3, and Attleboro's at 0-5. And that's the Kelly Rex division standings in the Hockomock. And once again, Canton on top of the Davenport division with Milford, North Attleboro, Stoughton right behind them. 22-15 is the score in this 4th set. The Hawks looking for the match win now, 3 points away from that, and that goes long. And that was number 15, Sarah Bergioli, on the serve. So we're potentially getting to the end of this match here, Kaylee. What can you say about the Milford Hawks team overall? What have you seen? What do you like? What do you don't like?
I love the passing. You know, they're really strong passers and strong hitters, especially those 2 middles, the Corsini twins. A lot of communication problems sometimes, not always.
There's Pinto with a nice forceful kill. And Pinto really was struggling at the beginning of this game, but regrouped, and you could see she found a different kind of level here later in this match.
Absolutely. These past 2 sets, she has really gotten very strong.
Pinto with a nice serve. That's going into the bench and right into our broadcast setup. I should have saved that, but I didn't. And luckily, Big Mommy Mike's coffee was empty. Otherwise, we would have been buying another $14,000 switcher. All right, and into the timeout goes the North Attleboro team, as 24-16 is the score. The Hawks are on the verge of a very exciting win here, and that will catapult them to a hopefully, and I'm not trying to jinx them here, but if they do win, which I hope they do, they will go to a record of 4-2. That will bring them right on the cusp of being number 1 in the Davenport division, with Canton on top right now. And everyone knows that Milford is looking forward to a matchup in the playoffs with Canton if they can continue to win. That's always one of our favorite games to cover, and we love the squad over at Canton. They always give us props for our coverage. So here we go, Pinto with the set point serve. And that is out and long. And the Milford Scarlet Hawks have taken this match. They've taken the set 25-16, the 4th set, and they've taken this match overall 3-1. Two great teams, very well matched up, very similar in height and power and skill. And we saw a great match here tonight. Kaylee Green, thank you for joining me. Any final thoughts on today's matchup?
You know, it was a great win. They really got strong over the course of those sets and really came out on top.
And let this be known to the rest of the league. The Hawks never give up. They could be down in a set, they could be down in a match, and they will always find their way back and hopefully find a win. So today they do find that win, and they move on to a record of 4-2 on the season so far. We'll continue to follow this team during the season. We hope to be on the air again with you live from the gymnasium at Milford High, but for now, I'm Rob O'Keefe and not Tim Coet, and for my counterpart, Kaylee Green, thank you, and we'll see you again next time. Have a good night, everyone.